everyone. It's me, Arya, and welcome back to Coffee and Unicorn. Today we have Timothy with us. Hello, Timothy. Welcome to Coffee and Unicorn.
Thanks for having me here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here. It's a Singapore edition.
Yeah.
So, do you mind introducing yourself a little bit to our audience?
Okay, sure. My name is Timothy. So I'm actually been doing running business back then, about 10 years already. So we do things like we're more in the renovation industry. So one of which is we provide, we supply, we sell, market products such as customized blind, curtain, wallpaper, zip line. So now subsequently we have been expanding our product range to include like things like retractables, screen net, mosquito net.
Okay.
Yeah, so to keep ourselves competitive.
Right.
So we have also made a lot of changes here and there. Then over the few years, I also built on a few other business to see what are the market that I can fit in.
Okay.
So one of which was interior design.
Interior design.
Yeah.
Okay.
After we scrap off the idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you have been into finance for over 10 years, right?
Yes, finance for.
Okay.
Okay, finance was 6 years actually.
Okay.
6 years in the finance industry.
Okay. So like you must have been about 25, 26 when you started in financial industry, right?
Yeah. Correct.
So what gave you an insight that you want to be in finance? Was there any was it your education? Was it your background? What?
Okay. So back then I went to business school. So I always liked business, and finance is one of them as well. So and I'm of course coming from the background where you needed money, right? So of course when it comes to this, I think investment and finance is where you can actually create more wealth for people.
Okay.
So I always wanted to be in an industry where I can help people to create wealth.
Okay.
So I also want them to be happy and they like them.
That's great.
I mean, everyone make money. Everyone's happy,
Yeah.
right? No one's
Yeah.
not happy.
That's
Yeah.
the maximum happiness that anyone can get, right?
Yes. And of course, I enjoy talking to people, meeting
Yeah.
people.
Okay, so what is the first mistake you made when you started out in finance?
Okay. So when I started out back then was just about a few months before COVID happens.
Okay.
So it was a bit tough because there's a lot of learning curve to there's a lot of learning. The learning curve is quite steep, right? And just a few months later after that, a lot of things changes because COVID, you can meet people.
Right.
And the business was actually doing the other business was running, right? Was actually suffers a bit of losses.
Yeah.
Because we can't meet. So literally we have like a period of time we have zero profit.
Correct.
Right? It was difficult. So I think I learned in this financial industry, my first year, my mistake I think was probably to the rejection. I think that is the aspect which I feel probably I can work on it, because in our line of industry we get rejected a lot of time.
Right.
And sometimes we can take it back personally, but sometimes when they say no, they're not directly saying no to you as a person. They're just saying no to the offer you made.
Got it. So okay, as a young person, people don't trust youngsters for finance matters, especially the people who have been in the industry for too long. Right? Do you see that, or is it just a myth?
So you're referring to clients prospect,
Yes.
or you're referring to those in the finance industry?
No, if you are if you have a client, would they prefer someone who has a little more experience or someone young? Like they get confused, right? Age is a factor in trust when it comes to finance.
Yes, that's quite true to us. I mean, to a certain extent. I mean, that's how people perceive sometimes, right? But not necessarily true that the young can't provide the values, right? Someone can be very experienced, but they may be doing the old way, right? The old way of thinking.
Correct.
But as you know, the world is always changing. It's dynamic. So experience doesn't necessarily always means it's good. I think what's more important is end of the day, it's whether the person have experience or not. End of the day, it's about result. Now, if the person is young, new, but if he's able to bring in the result, then why not?
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Yeah.
So like we were talking about change, right? The
Sure.
change that is happening in the industry at all given time. So change, what is the change that you observed like in the crypto over the 5 years, or what are the changes you see in crypto in next 5 years?
Okay, that was an interesting question. So actually, if you notice, actually, since Donald Trump has visited as the president in US, a lot of things have changed, especially in the crypto field. So if you will know that actually many years back, Bitcoin and all those actually seems is often perceived as a
Yeah.
scam, right? But if you notice, just the recent, just 1-2 years, there's a bit slight change in terms of the perceptions of the public perceptions
Correct.
of Bitcoin. With the recent bills that was out, the Genius Act bills, right? Stable coin, right? Approval. People are more the governments are accepting um, asset like Bitcoin, and even companies like Tesla, right? Square, Coinbase, they are investing in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So definitely things are changing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about in a decade? What change do you see in crypto?
I mean, if we're looking at the trends and pattern, the rate of adoptions is increasing.
Okay.
But of course, it always takes time, right? Just like back in the olden days, when we make a transaction, right? Back then it was through cattle or cottons, right? Or
Right.
chickens. Then after that, it changes on to gold and silver,
Correct.
right? Now we're moving towards the digital,
Right.
which Bitcoin is one of them.
Do you think cash can ever be discarded completely?
I think that would be quite difficult. But I don't know. But if you are holding cash, then it's definitely you're losing
A lot of value.
Yeah, because if you know that how the fiscal policy works, basically inflation eats up the value. In Singapore, it's about 2-3% on average.
Okay.
So if you're holding cash, you're actually losing the money.
Right.
So you want to put your money in an asset that will appreciate over time.
Okay.
Whether is it property, or whether is it stock market, or even in digital asset like
Correct.
Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Yeah, right. So okay, so I why I asked this question is because I am going to different cafes and most of them are like we are digital, completely cashless. So I thought, is there going to be ever a place where we don't use cash at all?
As in, we don't use cash for
Anything.
payment method.
Anything.
Okay. I mean, it's possible. Anything is possible. But one thing I know for sure is that digital asset like Bitcoin, all right, will be more and more common in the future, near future.
Right.
All right.
Correct. So, okay, say a young person with a little more risk appetite, okay, has $1K, okay. What is one asset they should invest in? Your opinion.
Someone that's young. Right?
Yeah. Say 25, 26, when you started.
So 25 years old with 1,000 in the bank, what they should do about it.
Yes.
All right. In Singapore, 1,000. I think first of all, before we want to invest our money, it's important to try to earn as much as we can. And the advice is always the same: is that you only invest that pool of money if you're not gonna need it at any point in time, right? So if you know that okay, maybe this 1,000 I will not need it at any point, then okay, by all means you can invest. But if that 1,000 is what you have, and if that's your emergency fund, then you need to make sure that you save up enough such that your emergency fund is there, and then you have another portions for your investment or even for your insurance, which is very important, right? Because you want to set a foundation. Because the thing is that if you want to invest with only that 1,000, which is maybe it could be your emergency fund, you might need it one day.
Correct.
Then if you invest at that point, and if the market drops, right, 10%, 20%, and if you need that money to settle bills or things like that, then you have to sell at a loss.
Right.
So it's not recommended. Yeah, so you bid on your pool of money first.
Mm-hmm.
So you calculate maybe if you need 6 months as your emergency fund. So if based on your expenses, you just multiply 6 times your whatever expenses you have. Is it 1,000, 2,000? Then you roughly work out maybe 6,000 or 12,000.
Right.
And from there, whatever excess you have, then you invest.
Okay.
And more importantly, getting yourself covered
Right.
with
So,
insurance.
yeah. So what I
Yeah.
usually do is the money that I have invested, I don't even count it as mine anymore till at least so I believe in long-term investments. So I just don't use that, or I don't even, if I have to buy anything expensive, I don't count that because that's my investment that I don't want right now. So I just forget about it till I till it's going to mature.
Yes.
That's how I invest. Is that the right way? Or should I be looking at a little more short-term investments as well?
So I think finances is really very personal, right? Because some individual, they're not risk taker, right? But of course, I believe that young people can afford to take a bit more risk,
Yeah.
calculate the risk, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been to casino?
Have I ever? Let me try to think. Okay, first of all, at Singapore, there are not many casinos. I said one in Marina Bay Sands, and even you have to go and you have to pay $100.
Oh.
So right for Singaporean,
Right.
but I think for a foreigner, US
It's
you have
free,
to,
yeah.
right? It's free. So even before you go to casino, you already lost $100. So man says, no, I have not been to casino before.
Oh, okay.
My explore one day, but
So I went to casino yesterday, but I didn't spend a penny. Was that a
That was-
wise financial decision?
yes, I think that was good. You
Yeah.
didn't play any.
I just that was my first time, and I wanted to go and see how it works. And what I noticed was some of the games were pure luck. There was no probability. There was no calculated risk.
Yes.
For some of the games that I understood, they were
Yes.
like pure luck. And
Correct. And you know the house will always win,
yeah,
right? This is how they profit.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we enjoy yourself at the casino there.
Yeah.
Good experience, right?
Yeah, I was observing other people playing,
Mm.
and I was just looking at their faces and their reactions. Yeah.
So you ask me, I'm a person that I don't like to do something that I know that I cannot win, right? Whether it's in a game or competition. So there's a reason why I didn't go casino, because I know that if I go in, my chances of winning is very little. Very little, because the house will always win at the end of the day. So we want to play the games of card, and we need to make sure that the probability is on our side. We have a control over it, because in casino, it's down to luck. But it's quite different from investment, because I think some people have the conception, right, that investment is like gambling, right? But of course, it depends how you do it, right?
Yeah.
If you buy into a hype and not based on fundamental, then that is as good as gambling already.
Correct. Yeah.
But if you're investing in good companies, right, the Magnificent Seven, right, Netflix, Google, Amazon, Facebook. Now we have the Palantir.
Yeah.
A great company, Tesla.
Right.
So I think those are not gambling. If you just buy and hold for a long period of time. Yeah. And you know that actually if you've invested in the fund like S&P 500, and over 10 years, your probability of making losses is actually close or even below 1%.
Correct.
It means it's very, very difficult to make losses in the stock market if you have time horizon of more than 10 years.
10 years. Okay, got it. So you mentioned Tesla. You were an early investor in Tesla, right?
Yes, correct.
So what gave you the hunch?
Okay, so what happened was that was many years back. I started to hear about that was during COVID period.
Okay.
Before that, I started to hear about Tesla. So I love investing. So what I did was actually went on to research, right? For us, I think our generation, how we research is we use YouTube, online platform, all those. Why I did that. So I went to study about the company, all right. And so when you want to invest in a company, there is actually a matrix where you look at, right? First you look at the founders, the CEO, right? Typically, if the founder is still in the company, based on the past pattern, the company has actually performed fairly quite well, right? Like Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg is doing that. If not, you must have a very good CEO. So that's the one thing. Secondly, is you also have to look at the growth. How fast is the company growing, right? So Tesla, it's in the innovation phase, right? It is changing the world. While they are doing things that many of the companies are not doing.
Correct.
Right. So for example, it's like a Apple. Back then, Apple was competing with Nokia.
Right.
So it's the same, very similar circumstances.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
They are changing the world.
Right.
So Tesla, they are also in a multiple industry. So most of people think that Tesla is automobile, just a sound car.
Yeah.
But for we all know, that's not the truth.
That's true.
Right? It is actually a robot. Right? The car, because they are able to drive by itself. And this is the future we're heading. It's about AI, artificial intelligence, robotic, right? And if you look at the market cap, the potential, how much it can grow, is tremendous.
Yeah.
Right? It is a, when we look about the growth rate for Tesla, it is a S curve.
Yeah.
Right? So once it reached the point, the share price, the growth will just shoot up a lot.
Okay.
Right? Because it's multiple changes, innovation at the same time. So think of it as like a multiple company forming together as one big company, right? It
like
is,
an equity fund.
Yeah, you can think of it that way.
Yeah, like it's a pool of companies that you're mentioning, right?
Yes, in fact, Tesla buy up company to actually buy up, and they create their own ecosystem. Right. So first we look at the factory, right? The factory itself is actually very totally different. It is like a robot building another robot.
Right.
So it's growing at a very rapid pace. And of course, you look at the culture. I think that's very important. You want to hire the top talent and the best people out there.
Correct.
And if you did some research and study, you will know that their hiring practices is actually very strict. Right. And they're very strict. Even it's probably, I think, if I'm not wrong, I think Elon Musk even said that it's even more difficult to get it. It's easier to get into Harvard than to get into to work in Tesla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so you also mentioned about AI, right?
Yeah.
How is AI changing the finance industry?
I think artificial intelligence is not just changing the finance industry, but across all the industry. So let's say for me personally, right, I also do use AI to actually help me, right, generate AI to help me running business as well, as a financial advisor. Right, sometimes I should do prompt the system, right, because if I have a particular questions that I want to know, okay, am I doing it right, I'll prompt the AI, the ChatGPT, right, one of which I use to get the answer that I need.
But can you totally rely on AI to make the financial decision?
I don't do that, but it helps me in my decision making. So like if I need a second opinion, so I'll look for ChatGPT. But there are some places that I get my answer from, whether it's from my mentor or my team member.
Okay. So like you cannot completely rely on AI, because I think ChatGPT has a confirmation bias also, right? If I'm saying something, unless you are giving it the right prompt, that is also very important.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's play a game. I'm going to give 5 statements. You tell me if it's a myth or is it a fact.
Okay.
Okay. Gold is the safest investment.
No, it's not.
It's a myth. Do you want to elaborate why?
Okay, so there are different assets, right? So you have gold, which is under the commodity, and there's when you invest in gold, there's a gold price. it
Right.
fluctuates, right, up
Mm.
and down.
Yes.
Although it's less volatile as compared to maybe other asset, all right. But below gold, you have less risky asset, right?
Okay.
As low as the T-bills, the
Mm.
treasury bills,
Yeah.
or in Singapore we have the Singapore saving bond, right? A bond is where they borrowed the money, they use your money for
Mhm.
something else,
Right.
and those are guaranteed, or
Mm.
even have as low as those like a fixed deposit, where
Correct.
they say it's guaranteed profit,
Yes.
guaranteed return,
Mm.
2% or 3%,
Right.
right? But the return is not a lot. But what you get in return is the lower risk,
Mm.
right? But gold that is not a guaranteed
Mm.
return, because you may buy at the wrong price at a high price, and it may just drop,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Okay. Real estate will always grow
Real estate will
in
always.
money terms. In monetary terms, it will always grow.
Okay, I love property, yeah. But not to say that property will always grow, but in Singapore, general property did pretty well, all right.
Okay.
But I do know there are other apartments that actually drop in value
So
over a period of time.
yeah, you need to analyze the place
Yes.
and other factors,
The
right?
location, the entry price, what price you buy in,
Mhm.
the development, how is it? Yeah, but in Singapore, the land space is limited land space.
Okay.
So that's the reason why generally perform well. But I do know other countries that there are properties that are not doing quite well. So yeah, so you got to be very careful as well. Not
Okay.
necessary that it will grow up.
Okay.
Always grow.
Big companies like Amazon, Zomato are always in loss. Is that a myth or a fact?
Sorry, big.
Big companies
Okay.
like Amazon, Zomato, if you've heard of it,
Facebook.
yeah, these always run in loss.
Run in loss.
Run into loss.
No, that's a myth.
That's a total myth, right?
Yes, it's a total myth.
Okay.
In fact, they are in a good profit margin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I also have stocks in that, so I hope it's a myth.
Sorry, you have a stocks in?
I also have stocks in few of these companies.
Like Amazon,
Yeah.
Meta.
Yeah.
So these are good companies.
Yeah.
You can find another company like Meta,
Exactly.
and they're
Right?
dominating.
Correct. And I think they're doing very well. Like previous companies like Orkut and all, it just shut down, but Meta has kept itself updated, right?
Yes,
With the
indeed.
trends.
They are very adaptable.
Correct.
And I think when you want to invest in stocks or in company, you want to bet on companies or invest in companies that are always adapting, always innovating, to get ahead of others, right?
Okay.
And they're investing a lot of money into AI, and I think they're on the right track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Water is the next big investment.
What is the next big investment?
No, I'm saying water. Water is the next big investment. Is that a myth or a fact?
I do hear a little. I did study a little bit on water, but what I do know is, in the coming years, there will be a lot more water shortage problems because of global warming. There is a need and there's a demand for clean water, all right. But if you want to invest your money and you want to have a good return, I think AI will be a good place to put in. But of course, it's always good to diversify your portfolio. So if you want to invest your money in companies that specialize in maybe water purification, I think it's good to explore that as well.
Okay, got it.
But anyway, and also water is essential. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's the lifeline, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Best investment is yourself. Myth or fact?
Fact.
Yeah.
I 100% believe in that.
That's very good. Okay, I think we have also talked a little about like you're running multiple businesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
um, Apart from like finances, like the financial history, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you have to see, okay, this business or this industry is currently like, before starting the business you must be doing tons of research in that industry, for example in renovation, right?
Yes.
So what gives you an idea that this industry is going to boom apart from their financial history before starting a business?
Or like why the industry? How do I define whether is it booming?
Yes.
That question. Okay. So we look at the demand, right? What are people looking for? So in Singapore, this market is actually very small and
Okay.
it's very competitive,
Mm.
right? I think back then when we were doing curtains and blind, it was just mainly indoor. But along the way, we learned that there are a huge demand for invisible grill. There's also huge demand for outdoor blind,
Right.
zip blind, right? Because there's more and more balcony built. So we see there's a huge demand, right? So
Right.
that's why. So we want to be as early as we can to capture that profit before everyone comes in and get more and more saturated.
Got it.
Yeah. So I think adaptability is very important. It can be fast.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. One book you recommend that everyone should read about finance and business?
Okay. I would say it's Think Rich and Grow Rich by
Okay.
Napoleon Hill. Have you read it?
Yeah, I have read it. I've also read, there was an era after I completed my graduation when I got into a lot of self-help finance books. I read a lot of general ideas like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, and then I also went into a little deep into how to invest, what uh, like quantitative factors you should be looking before investing. For example, there's a book called Coffee Can Investing, right? That kind of books I read. So there was a phase when I was into learning finance so that I can learn a little bit about personal finance. So okay, when do you think, at what stage, let's say for example I'm currently investing based on my understanding, my research, okay, but at what stage do you think I should hire a person as my financial advisor?
Sorry, your question again?
My question is like current everyone starts with their personal finance. First they
Mm-hmm.
do it on try to do it there on their own, and there comes a stage where they should hire a professional to do that for them,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yes.
what is that stage, what is that dimension that now you should hire someone else to do it for you?
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. I think there is no perfect timing to look for consult a professional
Okay.
manager to manage your money. Um, Sometimes you can just go for a coffees, right? Have a chat to know, understand. You don't have to. It's not like you have to sit down. You have to hide it immediately. You can just listen and hear their
Mhm.
point of view. And sometimes you get fresh idea. It can change your life. It
Okay.
can opens up another perspective, right? So I believe that it's not just confined to looking for financial advisors, but could be a lot of other aspects in life. Whether you want to grow your business or you want to grow your money, it's always good to have an open mind,
Right.
meet up with different people, hear from them, yeah, and see how it goes. So you
Okay.
feel that they fit in, their goals, the visions align together,
Mhm.
work together, collaborate together.
Right. So how do you find a mentor?
How do I find mentor?
Like how do anyone find a mentor?
Well, I always believe that a mentor is someone that's been there, they've
Hmm.
done it, they have proven the success, whether is it in a field, whether at the top, right, or whether making the money. So it's always good to look for a mentor that have already gone through those. And I strongly encourage everyone to have a mentor in their life because it will help them to actually um, skip all the mistake that
Right.
the mentor have probably done.
Mhm.
So I'm actually very grateful that I have a very great mentor in my
Okay.
life.
Ah.
So in my financial industry, I have Kenny Lin, who is my mentor.
Okay.
So he's actually very successful, and recently he also launched his new book,
Oh, okay.
and he also run multiple businesses.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's very amazing and very inspiring. So you need a mentor in life to
Yeah.
inspire you and to
Okay.
guide you,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, got it. Okay, that's a wrap, guys. That was Timothy with us. Thanks for being on Coffee and Unicorn. We'll catch up with you again very, very soon. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.